See, first of all, what is ethics? Someone should know what is ethics. What is your idea about ethics?
See, my idea about ethics is what should one do?
See, what should one do in the sense what is right or wrong?
Uh,
Ethics studies what? Ethics studies or ethics is a study of what is right, okay, or wrong. So ethics studies what is right or wrong, or study of right or wrong is nothing but ethics, okay. But like if I ask you a question, what is morality? See, morality even deals with right or wrong. Okay, morality and ethics, both of them deals with the same thing, but morality is something which is individualistic. Like what an individual thinks. Ethics is like from the perspective of society, from the
from the perspective of society.
perspective of society. That means it is from the set rules, and it is like some rules and standards framed. Ethics is nothing but some rules, some standards are framed with respect to right or wrong. Morality is something which you learn and you individually apply that in your life. Am I right?
Okay.
That means
Yes.
if you know ethics or you don't know ethics, that's a secondary matter. But you should definitely have morality in you. Once you have, see, if you have morality, then definitely you'll do all the things which society accepts. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Does society accept bad things? Never. See, ethics is nothing but if you join an organization, if you are living in a society, what you should do is good. What you should do, like, would be good for the society is what ethics tells you. What is wrong, even society teaches you or tells you what is wrong in the society. But morality is something which you get from your parents, from your teachers, which is restricted towards you. No one is going to teach you that outside in the society. This is what you should learn from learn from the from the people whom you are connected with. Am I right? Directly connected with. Here you may not be connected with the people directly, but you know what society, like many people are living in the society and what they accept. Understood?
Yeah.
So what is ethics? Explain ethics. Ethics can be described as set of shared beliefs. Shared beliefs in the sense I am saying about what? Society. In the society, we all have some kind of belief which are equal kind of, in the sense equal in the sense which are the ones which everyone is following in the society. Everyone is sharing those beliefs. Am I right?
Yes.
About what is good or acceptable behavior. So everyone in the society knows that what is acceptable to them in the society and what is not acceptable to them in the society. So ethical conduct has been described as behavior that follows moral principles that is consistent with the society's ethical expectations. So you should have some good principles, moral principles, which the society should accept. Then it becomes ethics. Okay. Now, ethical conduct has been described as the conduct that improves outcomes for stakeholders who are people directly or indirectly affected by the conduct. Some people who are who are connected with us. Suppose let's say we are a company and there are many stakeholders of a company. So if we are doing ethical things in the if our company is like running its operations ethically, then definitely the stakeholders would be much more happier, isn't it so? And they
Yes.
would be trusting us. So examples of stakeholders in the case of investment professionals include their clients. So suppose you have a firm which is a consultancy firm, or you kind of give some suggestions, some guidance to your clients related to investments. So they want everything from you like ethically. Am I right? That means they should know that you know what is good and bad, and they always expect good things from your side towards them. Correct? That means you already is having morality in you, and since you are having morality in you, you definitely do what is good, which should be acceptable by the society, and that is nothing but ethics. Correct?
Yes.
And then co-workers can be a stakeholder, employers, and investment profession as a whole. So some decisions may bring positive results for you, but negative consequences for a stakeholder such as co-worker. There can be some decisions which can be good for you, like you may get more commission or something, but that will not be good for your coworker. But that should not be the case. You should first think about your coworker, not about yourself, correct? So ethical conduct is a behavior that balances your self-interest with the impact on others. That means it's like you should be satisfied with the minimal what is like you can expect, but not at the expense of losses to your clients. Am I right?
Okay.
So suppose on some stock you're getting more. Suppose you are selling some TV. You are having 5 TV sets, companies TV sets in a company, and one of the companies is giving you a lot of commission. So you're pressing the sales of this TV more to customers, but this TV is not that good when compared to other TVs. So is it ethical from your side? No.
No.
So you can like tell them everything exactly about these TVs, explain them properly what these TVs are all about, and you can tell them what now when you give them all the facts clearly, they can themselves decide which is the best one. After deciding the best one, they can definitely pick the best one. Okay, and then you will definitely get a commission, but don't think about higher commission and sell them some TV which is not good. Correct?
Oh.
Now, describe the role of code of ethics in defining a profession. See, so code of ethics is written set of moral principles. See, I already told you, ethics has to do with the society as a whole. Morality is something which is individualistic. So all the moral principles which an individual should have, those principles are written and are made as a set of rules or standards and are given so that everyone can follow that, and then that becomes code of ethics. Correct?
Okay.
So here some of the code of ethics include set of rules or standards that require some minimum level of ethical behavior. That means you are picking all the moral principles which are nothing but something which every individual should have in them. So we cannot guarantee whether every individual is having moral principles in them. See, every parent teaches their child good things. Teaches their child good things, but others teach them some bad things. So they may have moral principles, but those moral principles may be
Not too sure whether you can hear me, but your voice
elements
is
in the
breaking up.
society.
So your voice is breaking up.
Hello,
Yeah, your voice is breaking up.
hello, Abhijit, can
Hi.
you hear me
I can hear
now?
you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now, but your voice was
Oh.
breaking up.
Okay, now it's clear.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, see, there may be this individual, he may be getting moral values from his parents, teachers, and uh, like uh, parents and teachers, but he may continue those he may continue to follow all those moral values every point of time is not a guarantee what we have. So what we can do is, for a safer side, we believe everyone would have moral values, but we don't believe that, but we really seriously have a doubt whether they will follow it or not. So what we can do is we can take all the moral principles into consideration, and we can make certain set of rules and standards and rules and regulations and standards. We can name them as code of ethics and give it to our employees and ask them to follow. That's it. Understood?
Yes.
So profession refers to, so like every profession, whatever we say, like whether lawyers, whether chartered accountants, whether CFAs, or whoever are the professionals, these lawyers, chartered accountants, chartered financial analysts, whatever I'm speaking. See, in many countries, lawyer is definitely a professional, because professional is what? A professional is one who is working in just one area specifically. He has that specialized skills. A lawyer has a specialized skill in the field of law. A doctor would not have. Correct?
Of course.
So like they are working they are having that specialist skills and specialized skills and knowledge, and they are serving the society. Correct? So a profession refers to group of people with specialized skills and knowledge who serves others, like the lawyer who has specialized skills in the field of law and he has good knowledge of law, and they serve others and agree to behave in accordance with code of ethics. That means some code of ethics the profession also gives them. So professional code of ethics is a way for a profession to communicate to public that its members will use their knowledge and skills to serve their clients in an honest and ethical manner. So since the institute gives the body with which they are connected, or they are members of some body, so those bodies or the board will give them some code of ethics which they have to follow to serve their clients honestly and ethically. Now, describe professions and how they establish trust. So a profession is a occupational group. Example, doctors or lawyers. These people are the real professionals in the society that have requirements of specialized expert knowledge and often a focus on ethical behavior and serve to larger community or society. So these professionals are what they have the specialized expert knowledge in their field, and often a focus on, they also focus on ethical behavior, and they give service to larger community or society. So additionally, a profession may have the following characteristics. So apart from their specialist knowledge, what they have, they should have code and standards for professional behavior. That means how, being a professional, how they should behave with people. Correct?
Yes.
So certain code or standards have been given by their bodies. A regulatory body to enforce rules concerning professional behavior and monitor the ethical behavior of members. That means we know everyone is a good human being, but we cannot guarantee uh, like uh, like we know everyone is born with no knowledge. Knowledge has been given to them. Moral values have been given to them, maybe. Okay, but we cannot tell that they will continue that forever. So we don't want to take any risk. That is what a body is of the opinion. Henceforth, what they want to do is they want to set some rules and give to their members and ask them to follow, so that the professional body is to some extent confirmed that like it's not like they want to be on a safer side, but they don't want any kind of unnecessary acts from their members, okay, which are unethical. So they want their members to be in a limit, or under like should be in a ethical control. Understood?
Yeah.
So they should have ethical behavior. A focus on the needs of their clients. They should also look into that. Focus on the service to society. Requirement to put clients' interest first, not theirs. Focus on requirement for continuing education. Of course, every professional has to study, like always. A lawyer, if he is into practice, what they won't have proper like sleep even. Why? Because they're always involved in a lot of things, searching about the cases and all, taking references. Ways that professions establish trust include requiring high standards of expertise, knowledge, and skill. Okay. So how you, like, when you will be trusting a professional, so ways that professions establish trust. So they have high standards of expertise, knowledge, and skill in a specialized area. Correct?
Yes.
Establishing standards of ethical behavior. That means you will always only trust someone who is ethically performing his or her job or occupation, or he is not cheating his client. Monitoring professional conduct. So that is what also they should do. Always monitor whether they are not they're having a professional conduct. They are dealing with their clients in a most professional manner. Encouraging continuing education to maintain and increase competence. That means to survive in their profession, or to sustain. Better word would be sustain, and to continue and to continuously work or successful, or be successful in their profession. They have to always upgrade themselves so that they can increase competence. Being focused on clients needs, mentoring and inspiring others in the profession. That means they can ask others also to join their profession, so that those people will also be getting high knowledge and they become professionals. Describe the need for high ethical standards in investment management. See, investment professionals have a special responsibility because they are interested with their clients' wealth. Of course, see, when you are an investment professional, then if I am your client, I will give you my wealth to do trading, or to put it into some areas where like I can get some good returns, and you would even promise me that you would do that for me. Correct? So the responsibility to use their special, so you will be using some specialized knowledge and skills to do that. Okay. And you will protect my wealth, and you will only make sure that my wealth grows. Correct. And you will be doing all this with high ethical standards. That means some set of rules and regulations related to moral principles you will be following. That means honesty, integrity, loyalty, or all the things like sincerity. All these things are like moral principles, truthfulness, fairness. Investment advice and management are intangible products. They don't, we cannot see them, but they are very, very important and very useful and relevant, making quality and value received more difficult to evaluate than for tangible products. See, your valuable suggestions may not be something which is of some material, but that can give me a very good thing in the good returns in the future, which I can cherish. Correct.
Yes.
It's not like something, it's not like giving me immediate satisfaction like a laptop, computer, or a restaurant meal, but in future it can give me returns. When you get very high returns, you'll be more happier than buying a laptop or a restaurant or eating a restaurant meal. Correct. So
Mhm.
for this reason, trust in investment professionals takes on an even greater importance than in many other businesses. So that's what it is like today. They are always, they're in trend. Many people want to take services of investment professionals when they can save good amount of money in the month, in after meeting all their monthly needs. So failure to act in a highly ethical manner can damage not only client wealth but also impede the success of investment firms and investment professionals, because potential investors will less likely to use their services. If you don't give them proper service or something, then they won't come to you. They won't turn up. So unethical behavior by financial service professionals can have negative effects for society as a whole. The financial services industry serves as an intermediary between savers and those seeking finance for their business activities. A lack of trust in financial advisors will reduce funds entrusted to them and increase the cost of raising capital for business investment. Yeah, if the investment professionals are doing unethical acts, then what happens? People will be wary of them, and they won't go to the investment professionals and give their hard-earned savings and tell them to invest. And in this way, if they those money are put into stocks or bonds of the companies, so companies will not be able to raise capital, and that will and they'll find it very difficult to raise capital, and it will again increase the cost of capital for them. Okay, and easy finance is not available, and that's not good for the economy as well. And if the companies don't raise funds, they cannot start their companies, they cannot start their operations, and that will reduce employment in a country, and that will also not generate taxes for the government. All these things would be affected. Correct.
Yeah, I think there's some background noise from your end, sir. I'm not too sure what it is.
No, can you hear now?
Yeah, I'm able to hear, but there's some background noise, sir. I'm not sure what.
Just a second.
Yeah, thank you.
Some puja is going on.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't know.
No, actually, not a problem. Like slowly they are
Yeah, I'm
doing
sorry, I
it.
did not know. I didn't
No,
know.
actually, I shifted my room.
Okay.
Like madam is taking class in that room today.
Oh my.
Some task like some for some student. So I have to come to this room, and my mom is performing puja. So
Sorry, yes.
okay, you understood on this one.
Uh-huh.
Move forward.
Yes, sir, you can.
So the only thing is, we investment professionals should not mislead their clients, okay, or not share their information with anyone. Now, explain professionalism in investment management. Because clients of investment professionals rely on their expertise, judgment, and ethical principles, many of the characteristics of a profession we have described apply. Of course, see, investment professionals. Why we call them investment professionals? Why? Because they have specialized knowledge in the area of investments or investment management. They have that expertise, they have that judgment, and they are ethical in doing their task. Correct. So ethical
Yes.
principles are of great importance because clients often do not have significant knowledge about financial securities, fee structures, or source of potential buyers in investment. See, and recommendations. See, if I go to a doctor, I would definitely tell him what my what ailments I have. I'll tell them all my symptoms, but I cannot, I don't know what really I'm suffering from. Doctor can tell me. Correct.
Yes.
Doctor should not mislead me, should not misguide me. Ethically, they should treat me very ethically. It's not like I'm a poor fellow and I'm paying less fees, or I don't have money, or something else, something like that. They should not, they should be fair, and like they should do justice with me, correct?
Yes.
In the same way, investment professionals should be like guiding their clients, not seeing their status and all. Okay, and ethically they should deal with their clients now. So since many clients, they blindly trust an investment professional, because see, if I'm a doctor or engineer, I may not be knowing about stock markets properly. But what I know is I'm giving my money to the investment professional, and they would do those tasks for me, where I don't have an expertise. So currently some financial professionals are held to a suitability standard, while others are held to fiduciary standard. Suitability refers to match between client return requirements and risk tolerances. Like what is suitable for you, I'll tell you. What, as a client, I will see your profile. Okay. And after seeing your profile, I will tell you what risk tolerance you have, or what you can tolerate, and what return requirements you should have based upon your risk tolerance. Correct?
Yes.
And the characteristics of securities recommended. Fiduciary standard is stronger, requiring professional to use their knowledge and expertise to act in best interest of clients. So I'll tell you, sir, you need not worry. You just trust me, and you just give me this much amount from your side. I will make sure that I'll give you the best what I can give you, and what I can do the best for you in the market, I'll do it for you. That is what I can ensure for you. That is called fiduciary standard. Okay.
Yes.
You move forward. Yeah. So identify challenges to ethical behavior. See, of course, it's not very easy to follow the moral principles always. There are some factors which would come, which would kind of pressurize us, whereby we could kind of leave this ethical behavior and do some unethical acts even. So when will we do that? One challenge to ethical behavior is that individuals tend to overrate the ethical quality of their behavior on a relative basis. That means what they do, they overrate. That means they give a higher rating to themselves.
Okay.
Just a second, just a second.
Oh.
I'm just on like switching on my fan. So sometimes what they do is they overrate. That means they try to give them a higher ratings when it comes to ethical quality of their behavior. They try to show themselves as more ethical, and they tell that we are more ethical than others, we are more honest than others. Is it a good thing?
No.
No. You cannot, like, that is even unethical. You cannot to show yourself something great, you cannot degrade others or demean others, and overemphasize the importance of their own personal traits in determining the ethical quality of their behavior. It is claimed that external or situational influences are more important determinant of ethical quality of behavior than interpersonal traits that influence behavior. So like sometimes external or situation influences, like on a particular situation, we may have to act act in some other way, correct? Or in a suitable way which suits that particular situation, isn't it so?
Okay.
So then again, that point of time, like that's the test of our ethical quality. So when we are very much stuck in a situation, how good we are at that point of time acting ethically, that is again a point of concern, correct? So one situational influence is social pressure from others. So when people pressurize us, then what? Are we going to act ethically? Loyalty to an employer. You are like when it comes to being very loyal to an employer, and like something wrong is happening, but can you really question your employer for that? Supervisor, employer, supervisor, organization, or co-workers can cause individuals to act in unethical ways, as they place more importance on their self-interest and short-term results than longer-term results and ethical quality of their decisions and behavior. So these are the areas whereby we have pressure, whereby we may out of pressure do some unethical act. So the prospect of acquiring more money or greater prestige can cause individuals to engage in unethical behavior, correct?
Yes.
So firms with strict rules-based compliance procedures run the risk of fostering a culture that is so focused on adhering to compliance rules and individuals only ask themselves what they can do. The question of what behavior they should engage in based on ethical principles and long-term results is often not addressed in such situations. Now, they are asking you, can you just compare and contrast the ethical standards and legal standards? See, ethical and legal, these are two different things. See, so we will see what the thing, what is that the it is, and there's a very good saying: not all unethical actions are illegal, and not all illegal actions are unethical. Okay,
Not all unethical actions are illegal.
illegal.
Okay.
Not all illegal actions are unethical.
Okay.
So if you do something unethical, that means you are not saying truth to your friend. It is unethical, but that is not illegal, na?
No.
And if at all you are like you are kind of breaking a traffic, you are just like you have like you're breaking a traffic signal. Okay, that is illegal, but
Yes.
it may not be unethical at times, correct?
Yes.
Why? Because like, there can be different thought process. It's a very it's a like it's a debatable it's a it requires a debate actually. It's not something which we can conclude or draw a conclusion immediately for this thing, correct?
No, correct.
So like uh, like uh, uh, like stealing something from some place is immoral, giving to poor people is again moral. There are a lot of different things, of course. So if you're breaking a traffic signal, it's like illegal, it may be, but it is unethical maybe. So in some places, it may be illegal to report one's employer action against the best interest of clients by sharing what is considered private company information with authorities. They're giving a good example. In some places, it may be illegal. So in some countries, it is very much illegal to report one's employer's actions against the best interest of clients by sharing what is considered private company information with authorities. But doing so may be considered ethical whistleblowing behavior by some, correct? Some company's director is doing something which is not good. It is something which is to be kept private. Okay, if you share to if it share that information with others or make it public, that's unethical from the company's perspective, but it is ethical from the government's perspective, correct or wrong?
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah, it may be illegal. That means some as per the company's law in some countries it may be illegal. See, in some countries it has been made very clear, it's a very clear law maybe that you cannot share any of your company's information to anyone. Okay, maybe, but that is unethical, na? uh, but if you are like something bad wrong is happening, if you're taking out that and telling to people, it's like it's whistleblowing. That's ethical, correct or wrong?
Yes, sir. Whistleblowing is ethical. Yeah.
So acts of civil disobedience that are illegal are also considered by many to be ethical behavior. Yeah, something which you are not following in the society, something which you are not obeying in the society, that someone is like doing something bad for someone and you are kind of interfering and you are punishing that person. Maybe that is that is ethical. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
But that may be illegal. Suppose there are two people, one person is kind of thrashing this person and he's not able to self defend, and you came to his rescue and you are thrashing this guy. Beating someone is illegal, na? But helping a person is ethical.
Yes, helping a person is ethical. Yes, definitely.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. On the other hand, recommending investment in a excuse me, recommending investment in relatives firm without disclosure may not be illegal, but would be considered unethical by many. See, you are not doing a bad thing now. You are like saying to you are saying your friends to invest in your relatives firm. Is that illegal? No.
Nope.
So you are working in a firm and your relative also has a firm. In that firm itself, you are saying that you go to my cousin, he is a better one, better investment professional. That is not illegal, na? But
No,
it's very much unethical. You are not doing good to your employer, correct? So ethical principles often set a higher standard of behavior than laws and regulations. Of course, maybe we may follow laws or not, but if ethics are there, we may understand what is good or bad, and we may develop a good standard how to behave. So new laws and regulations often result from recent instances of what is perceived to be unethical behavior. Just as the Securities Act of 1930, the Glass-Steagall Act and the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 followed the perceived bad behavior by investment professionals and bankers, leading to 1929 market crash. So from the past, like recent instances, many of the acts have been framed, and all these acts have a theme that that they like it. They really had a perception of like they really sensed that unethical behavior was the reason for all these scams. Understood?
Understood. Yeah.
So the Sarbanes-Oxley laws followed the accounting standards at Enron and WorldCom, and the Dodd-Frank Act followed the 2008 financial crisis. New laws and regulations can create opportunities for different unethical behavior. In general, ethical decisions require more judgment and consideration of the impact of behavior on many stakeholders compared to legal decisions. Describe a framework for ethical decision making. See, ethical decisions will be improved when ethics are integrated in a firm's decision making process. How come you can like improve like ethical decisions? You have to integrate or club the firm's decision making with ethics. That means whatever the decision I make or I take, that should be ethical. That means that should not do bad to anyone. Correct? It should not have my self interest. It should have the self. It should be something which should be kind of doing the benefit for everyone. Correct? So this will allow decision makers and teams to consider alternative actions as well. Shorter and longer term consequences from various perspectives, improving the ethical aspects of their decisions. So they have to see all the alternatives. Even they have to keep like decisions. They have to keep alternatives in that, which could be very much good and fruitful for everyone. Okay, not self-centric. To do this, it is first necessary the firm adopt a code of ethics to guide the process. So they should first implement a code of ethics in their organization, and then only they can, whatever decisions they can take, that can be integrated with ethics, or that can be ethical decisions. Correct? So the following ethical decision making framework is presented in the CFA level 1 curriculum. Identify. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm still here.
So you have to first identify the relevant facts, stakeholders, and who are your stakeholders, like duties you have towards them, ethical principles, and conflicts of interest where you can have. Then you should identify, then you should consider the influences in different situations, what kind of influence you may have, and then additional guidance and alternative actions what you can take. Then decide and act and reflect what the outcome as as anticipated, why or why not.
Identify, consider. Okay, 1 second.
Decide and act and reflect. So this is nothing but using a framework for ethical decision making helps individuals identify the important issues involved, examine these issues from multiple perspectives, develop the necessary judgment and decision making skills required, and avoid unanticipated ethical consequences. Following ethical decision making framework. This is the framework. Okay. So what are we doing under this? In the first step, decision makers need to identify the facts they have to work with and the facts they would like to have before making a decision. Okay, first on what facts they have to decide and what facts like is relevant for them if they have to make a decision. Then stakeholders, those affected by the decision must be identified. These stakeholders may include the employer, clients, co-workers, self, family, and others in the industry. And duties to each stakeholder should be identified. This part of process will also help in explicitly identifying potential conflicts of interest among the various stakeholders. At this point, the decision maker should be able to identify the ethical principles involved in decision, although greater clarity about those may also be gained throughout the process. Understood?
Yeah.
In the second step, the framework suggests situational factors. That means they should closely see what situations may come and how they should overcome them. By removing their personal biases, not thinking personally and thinking about the organization or society as a whole. Okay, in whatever task you are. Okay, and you can take guidances for that. from any mentor, any colleagues or any friends, or and then you can take like good decisions based upon a good judgment, correct? Or if you want, you can take guidance from some legal or compliance departments or some legal professionals. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
And then you can act accordingly. Fine. Isn't it so?
Yeah.
And the final step, the decision maker should evaluate the outcomes of the action. So definitely first step is, so what was the first step? The first step was to identify. Am I right?
Yes, the first step is
Identify all the facts and the duties what you have and everything, and then consider and then decide and act and then reflect. Then you should and you should see the outcomes, correct? After
Yes.
seeing all the situation influences, you should see the outcome. So in the final step, decision maker should evaluate the outcomes of the actions that were taken. So then if there is any correction required, you should again do. Okay. Or like they should consider whether the decisions had their intended results. They should first see, because they have taken a decision. Na? So whether they got the results what they wanted or desired, and whether appropriate consideration was given to ethical principles or not. That again you have to see whether that was not skipped. Ethics was an important element in that part. And also you have like properly consider all the influences, situation influences and duties, whatever you had towards your client and other stakeholders, you have performed them very efficiently. Okay. So
Yes.
this is the end of the chapter, Abhijit. I want you to read this completely and do this quiz questions. And if you want, I can send you the PDF of this.
Yeah. Please send the PDF. I'll start doing the quiz.
Yeah, and in the next class, I will wind up the chapter number 2. That is on Tuesday or Wednesday. You can let me know when you're ready, Abhijit. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Abhijit. Then you can continue with probability and you can wind up that one. After that, this like day after tomorrow, we'll do this. Then we'll start statistics. Okay.
Please. Sure.
Okay, or you want me to finish this second chapter today as well, like after some time? What?
No, today I actually feel a bit sick actually. So.
Okay, then no problem. Tuesday, however, I'll wind up this chapter. Not a problem.
Sure.
Okay, Abhijit. Bye-bye. Bye.